in, welcome in. Definitely hit that like button. Hit that share to let them know Tay Tay is here. Drop those unicorns so I can know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. That's first and foremost before I continue. Because I don't see no comments or nothing, and I'm going straight through YouTube. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. But yes, you already know how this go. If nobody told you they love you today, you know your girl Tay Tay definitely do. Neil Fall, you know you got Tay Tay heart. Okay, Keisha. Neil Fall, you got Tay Tay heart. You already know if you woke up this morning, let any and everything else be an extra to you, baby. Let's get to that mental check in. You know how we do it, friend. Let your girl Tay know if you are a 1, 2, or a 3. A 1 mean you good, a 2 mean in between, a 3 may be that you over it, baby. But hopefully by the end of this live, you be at a 1 with me. Why? Because energy is everything, everything. Hey, everybody coming in. I definitely appreciate y'all. Get comfortable because you know it's going to be a good one. Sure is, sure is. Definitely tap that like button for your girl Tay. And look, we about to get into it. Cause we got to have a conversation. Because you know, common sense is free, but that don't mean everybody has it, baby. Right? And one thing for sure, and two things for certain, anything Tay feels, she come to the screen and she make sure she say it. It ain't no in between, no around about, or no making up Nathan. It's straightforward. Now I'm confused, right? I'm confused. I don't know why there's so much confusion with the factors of Brianna and LaTruth co-parenting and who's happy and who's not. People have the right to feel how the fuck they feel. And that shouldn't give anybody else a feeling. Nobody has to be a yes man in nobody's situation. And that's what creates problems a lot of the times. You don't have to go along with the pack in order to be right or wrong. But what you did was speak on and give your own opinion. Keywords, own opinion. Now, for me, I was definitely happy to see LaTruth and Bree create the video that they did with Mosky. Why? Because for the last 3 years, all we seen was controversy and bullshit. And the kids have been in the middle of it. Anything that has been done has been court appointed, which means by force. One thing for sure and two things for certain. One thing we know, that video wasn't court appointed. So it was in agreement of both people to make the video. You understand? I guess as a peace treaty or whatever it was, to let it be known that there's no problem between us as a people when it comes down to the factors of our child. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, everybody. You know, Tay Tay just trying to get it out there. You know, so if I don't speak to everybody individually, please charge it to the game and not to my heart. You know, once Tay Tay start, right? But what it did was show that there's no malice between the two. We are co-parenting. Of course, people already knew because it was court documents that said it. We all seen LaTruth take this young lady to court for visitation of his baby. Did we or did we not? Yes, we did. So we know anything that was done when it had to do with Mosky was court appointed. So to get to see something that didn't have to go through the court, baby, for me, that was a good visual. That was a good visual. Now, I'm not picking up what other people was putting down. Where now because that video came out. Thank you, YV baby. Now, because that video came out, that instantly means that because a beef was put to the side to co-parent, that now ultimately, I guess, somewhere in the future, people, I don't know, people be looking too far ahead. That video does not mean that LATRUTH and BRIANA is getting back together. That video does not mean that whatever happened in the past, we did not witness it. That video did not mean that from this point on, that if you do content on Bri, now because we seen them at peace, now that means that you can no longer speak. Who the fuck be making up these rules? Because regardless to whether I see Bri and LATRUTH in that video co-parenting, that don't got nothing to do with me being a content creator, period. If I still see some shit, I'm going to talk about it. And if BRIANA chooses to be my topic, then that will be my topic of choice. Nobody has control over the next person's mental process, their opinion. You cannot control nobody else's opinion. This is why you have your own. And just because our opinions may be different, that don't mean shit. It just means that they are different. That makes for great conversation. I'm just going to be realistic. But what people do know, just because we seen that video, it does not change BRIANA as a person overall. Even within the video, we seen that for sure. Okay? Did she not go to a high school with a hoochie coochie outfit on and them goddamn fur boots? But that didn't have nothing to do with what I was speaking on. I was speaking on the factors of seeing them together in a video with their child and it not be forced by the court. To me, that is beautiful, baby. Because at least if everything else is not going right, at least that one thing is. And that part is supposed to be about the kids. You can still feel how you feel about the goddamn adults. I know I will. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Brandy. Hey, everybody coming in. Hit that like button for your girl, Tay. And I definitely appreciate anybody that supported this live in any way. But it is just confusing to me. I'ma just be honest. That's why you got different platforms to go to get to listen to different opinions. Everybody is not going to feel the same way, and that shit is okay. I'm still going to say, oh, just because we seen this video, that mean that automatically that anything that has to do with BRIANA Ways automatically changed? Hell to the no. A person is going to be who they is for sure. That part don't change. In the situation, it shows that full-fledged. So if you actually paying attention to the play and you saying that you know a person, baby, only thing you gotta do is sit back and watch. Actions speak louder than words, okay? We done seen so many apologies come out on this internet in so many different ways, but that shit be fake because it's all about the actions, baby. A person could come online and apologize to you at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 8 o'clock at night, act like that apology was never given. She almost got him unalive. I would have rather not have seen to come together, especially, listen, regardless to what 18 years they got when it comes down to that kid. And whatever you did to me, I no longer got to be in a relationship with you, baby. But for my child to see us at peace, then that's a whole different thing. He's no longer in a relationship with her. What she doing her personal business is her personal business. The only business that they have together is Moski. That's all, and that is it. If BRIANA ain't shit, then BRIANA is going to continue to not be shit. But LATRUTH don't got nothing to do with it. If he was able to control her actions, he wouldn't have went through none of the shit that he went through with her in the first place. Because he would have been able to prevent it, baby. But just because of another person or how another person chooses to conduct themselves, I don't have to match energy. I don't have to be an energy matchup. That's some shit you gonna have to deal with. And her karma is definitely hitting. Me personally, I ain't got to get back at nobody to waste my energy. If I no longer choose or if I'm no longer fucking with you that way, then anything that you do don't have nothing to do with me, baby. But when we have a child that has to graduate, go to proms, and do different things that consist of two parents, baby, we gonna have to learn to adjust to be in the same space and then not be on some bullshit, baby, or some negative attention. So for me, it's a lot, and people go through a lot, and people can't say what they wouldn't do if they was not in another person's shoes, especially when it comes down to the factors of their kid. They went through what they went through for it. BRIANA still got her shit going on with Janelle or whatever the case may be. But LATRUTH don't got nothing to do with none of that, baby. Only thing that he got is peace when it comes down to his child, baby. That's all and that's it. Anything else he don't have to worry about, friend, because when it comes down to his kid, the rules is documented. That's something that cannot change because that was put down through the factors of a judge, baby. Let me get in these comments and see what y'all. I think it's a good thing. Me too, on that behalf, to be cordial. Ain't nothing wrong with being cordial. We ain't got to be best fucking friends. That don't mean now is me and you to the end. That just means that we're doing peaceful parenting to let people know it ain't no beef between us. Let's just be honest. You don't think them two already didn't have to communicate? Huh? They did. Regardless to whether it was through a parenting app or when it was dropping off the factors of the kid. But if there's no beef behind the scenes, why not let it be known there's no beef publicly? And we're still living our own lives separately. Okay? Just being honest, baby. What and who my baby father got going on with him don't got nothing to do with me once I'm no longer with him, friend. That's his shit. That's his problems. The only thing that we got to come together with is the factors of that thing that we created. That's it. And it don't got to be on no malice. I've seen people, and I'm just being honest, and this is what makes me mad when it comes to this internet shit. Anybody could sit behind a keyboard and talk about what the fuck they went and do. That should be bullshit. The only difference is we got to see they shit play out. It be a lot of people on this internet that been through a lot worse and still going through a lot worse. So spare me the fucking pity party. Just because you able to put an opinion on somebody else's life and it don't have to line up with the fuck yours, let's be real. Let's be real. Bitches done been cheated on, took niggas back that had kids. Bitches done got punched in the face, all type of shit. And still moved on accordingly until they chose to leave or got out of a situation when they was able to, baby. You can't call nobody stupid for what they do just because it's not you. You can advise somebody all day in America, but you can't control somebody to do shit. It's still ultimately a person's overall decision. If you wouldn't do it, that's cool with the fuck you. That's something that you wouldn't do. But if it comes to me, if that's what the fuck I choose to do, that's what I choose to do. That's what it is. And if you support my shit, you support my shit. And if you don't, you don't. I ain't gonna feel no different. But if you had a feeling, you felt it. Because me personally, we don't know these people, period. We get to watch them. It's like a fucking TV show, just like a motherfucking movie. Some parts you're gonna agree with, and some parts you're not. But how the fuck you gonna tell me how the fuck I should feel from what I see? Just because it may not be just be honest. People be having the wrong person for that. And if y'all didn't learn nothing about Tay, is I don't give no fucks no type of way. I didn't come here to be liked. I came here to be heard. And if you disagree or agree with me, either way you fucking heard me. So if anybody want to take anything from what the fuck I said, you could take it. And it is what the fuck it is. But it's not going to change what the fuck my overall opinion was from the beginning. Nigga, I ain't gotta never one thing for sure and two things for certain. Throw no rocks and hide my hands. Cause I am the rock and my hands is my fucking hands. I ain't gotta never put no name on shit. Cause no bitch is never that realistic to be mentioned. I said what the fuck I said. I thought it was a good thing to see them together with their baby, and it wasn't court force. Do that got anything to do with BRIANA still being a fucking whore? No, the fuck it don't. Do it still got something to do with the shit she got going on with her baby father in court? No, the fuck it don't. So what the fuck do Tay say got to do with anybody else's fucking opinion? If you feel the bitch is still dirt, feel the bitch is still dirt. The fuck? I don't know. People got to learn how to be motherfucking leaders instead of followers. Because I'm always going to be the head and never the fucking tail. I don't follow my ass. My ass follows me. So I'm never going to wait to see how somebody else's feel or how somebody else feel before I speak. That's people's problem. Say what now? Say what now? Say what now? People like mixing up shit, stirring up shit, creating fucking narratives that don't even fucking exist. Just let the storyline play the fuck out. If you've been watching this long, continue to fucking watch. And whoever your main character is within the fucking of the program, then that's what it is. I'm saying. I thought that people was actually grown and able to think on their fucking own. So because I was happy for the fact, that means everybody else had to be happy for the fact. And if it was anybody that wasn't happy for the fact, that means that I was happy, but I was wrong because I was. No, actually, the thing of the situation is, it's the people that be in the comments that be feeling like they could create a narrative. I said what the fuck I said. There's no need for you to add any actual or different words on it. I said I was happy for the factors of them being able to be cordial outside of the factors of us already knowing that they was co-parenting and come together in a video with their baby to show that they don't got no fucking beef. What do that got to do with anything else that has to do with Bri? I don't trust her. You still ain't got to fucking trust her. Who said you had to? Oh, I don't think. You still ain't got to think. Who said you had to? One thing don't got nothing to do with the fucking other. That's the reason why oil and water don't mix. They not supposed to coexist within the same situation. So when you talking about one thing, talk about the one thing. It don't have to go, oh, but what about when she almost got him unalived? Ma'am, ain't they kids still alive? Don't they still have to come to some type of fair ground? So you mean to tell me they never going to be able to be together in the same space without it being some type of heated exchange? At some point in time, people got to grow up. Well, if that's the case, why weren't you happy when she came to the internet and said, Robert, then you just go back and some more when she... Listen, what the fuck does that got to do with his kid? What the fuck does that got to do with his kid? Even after that, his kid is still the fuck his. So if me and my baby father went through the fuck something, at the end of the day, that means that now all of my emotional energy from what me and him went through is supposed to pour off into my motherfucking kid? No, boo-boo. It don't go like that. At the end of the day, he divorced her. So whatever the fuck they went through throughout the factors of their divorce, they went through. That shit is the past. That's the reason why he's no longer there. So, yeah. Yeah, well, remember, oh, yeah, nigga, we all could play the remember game. We all could play the remember game. But the only thing that should be a thing is the factors of the fucking moment. If it's good within the factors of the moment, then that's what the fuck it is. Because it's about the kid. If you still don't fucking like BRIANA, still don't fucking like BRIANA. Who the fuck said you had to? That ain't got nothing to do with the video. Period. Even supporting LATRUTH. If you still support the man, what the fuck do that got to do? Because he want peace within the factors of his life to be able to move forward. Cordial. They've been in a situation where, and they still got to go back to court. Let's talk about that. Like, I don't be understanding. That's the part that got me pumped the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, people really don't be fucking thinking. And instead, you know, misery loves fucking company. And it be the same people that don't got no fucking body that be telling people what the fuck to do within their lives. That be the shit that be killing me. Because when it comes down, even when I'm dealing with my kids and my grandbabies, I let my daughter know, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You at an age where I can't control you or force you. The only thing I can do is advise you. Even if you don't choose to take my advice, I can't be mad. But at the end of the day, I got your fucking back. And when you are going through some shit and it has to do with the relationship, when it comes down to your significant other, which may be the child's father, don't ever be no scorn bitch and something that you go through make you want to keep the child from him. Because the child didn't have nothing to do with none of the problems that the adults went through. They just had to be stuck in the fucking middle. Oh, no, don't let that nigga see his baby. No, those is words I would never say. Just because you wasn't good to me as a person, that don't got nothing to do with you still being a parent. A parent. If we was good to each other, we would still be the fuck together. It's a reason why we not. It's a reason why we not. So that speaks for itself. Whatever was the reason for the breakup, I don't think people ever break up for a good reason. It had to be because somebody did some shit to them. Either way, on either side, whether it was the male or the female. If you're no longer with the person that you was with, It's because something fucking happened. And I don't think something good happened in life and people decided to say, well, you know what? Things is going so good right now. I think we should separate. I think we should separate. Grown-ups don't be thinking. This baby been caught in the fucking confusion. Oh, Miss Judy, you see? It's crazy because that's just what I was about to say. This girl been caught up in chaos for the last 3 years. And the first time that people see something cordial, they on some shit like it means something different. Other than the fact is that it's peace on the factors of the baby. Does that mean a person forgives a person for all the shit that they did to them? That's still that child's mother, friend. And at some point in time, I still got a co-parent. And co-parent might look different for a lot of fucking people. Some people just co-parent through the factors of child support. And that parent don't even support the fucking child in the physical. Don't see the child, nothing. Just send a couple of dollars and that's the fuck it. And that's what people call or will consider co-parenting. Well, yeah, you know, I put my baby father on child support. Yeah, that's okay. So now where's the physical fucking support? Because kids see and need that too. When your kids going to school and they see their friends doing other shit with their parents that they can't do because they home is full of fucking confusion, then what? If you moving on with your life, why the fuck would you still hold on to some shit from the past? I'm moving forward from that. If you did me wrong, that's not something I gotta deal with. I went through it. But once I get through it, you still have to remember that you did it. And karma is real. Karma is definitely real. So to see this girl get her two parents in a situation that was not court forced, that's the part that Tay was speaking the fuck on. And I will say it again. That don't change nothing. Folks really got her in there about that. It was good to see that. Cordial regardless of if it was just for likes and views. Whatever the fuck it was for, that's what I feel. That's what I feel. And the fact that people really got in their fucking feelings about it, it just blew me like, wait a minute, say wow. Because if they would have seen Bree and LATRUTH on that same video arguing, niggas would have ate that up. Nick, that would have been the talk of the fucking town. That because people love drama and there's nothing wrong with that. We all love a little mess. But when it comes down to a kid, you got to sometimes put that shit to the side. It's not worth it. The adults can go back and forth all day. But who wound up catching the strays? The kids, baby. Her not being healed, she probably not. We can see that. What the hell? You can see it's playing out on the screen. But one thing don't got nothing to do with the other, baby. It don't. It really don't. It really don't. It really don't. Because if it did, then you would see a difference in a person's narrative. Her narrative is not different when it comes to her. She thinks showing up is putting on club clothes with the tightest shit, talking about she's surprising her kids, going to meet up with both her baby daddies in the most revealing thing that you could possibly. Come on now. We all grown here. I thought that our mind or our brain went up past a 2. So for anybody that don't see the play, then that's on you. But that don't got nothing to do with the child's happiness. People were so focused on watching Brianna and Robert in that video, they never paid attention to the happiness on Moski's face. And that's what it was for me. If I still chose to do a video later on that day and say fuck Bri, that's what the fuck I'ma do. Cause one don't got nothing to do with the other. It don't. It just shows, okay, at this point in time, even though, okay, we know that LaTruth and Bri been co-parenting, we see that is no beef. They at peace. That's it. And the baby get to be happy within the moment. And hopefully it continues to be cordial. That don't mean people now gonna be the best of friends. That don't mean now that they gonna be getting back together and now Amiria gotta worry about, no, that's too much extra shit. And that's not for me what I was speaking. If anybody else choose to speak and that's how they feel, that's their opinion. You have to leave people where they are, but that's not a friend. That's not somebody that you don't have to deal with. That is the other parent of your child that you still picking up, dropping off, that y'all still have to go to school engagements with. I don't have to be a person's best friend in order to be in a space where we not fucking beefing. And I'm still leaving you where you stand. So I wasn't paying attention to the parents in the video. You never heard me, oh, look, LaTruth and Bri look so happy. No! But if you look down at Moski dancing in the video, that's where you see somebody all smiles, baby. That part was for me. That part was for me. Because anytime, I don't give a fuck what other bullshit is going on in the world or possibly maybe going on with us, I might still don't fucking even like you. But if we could create the moment for our child that's going to make them fucking smile, I'm with that. I'm with that. And that don't mean that we, faking like we in a relationship. No. None of that means none of that. None of that means none of that. So people getting in their feelings about that or think they saying something smart, that be the thing for me. Like, because I said what I said, that has to change the opinion of or that changes anything else within the situation. I mean, let's just be realistic. I don't know what the fuck she did to him and I spoke on it for 3 years. Come on, let's use our noggins. Let's really use our noggins. Did LaTruth not pick my video to react to because I was speaking on we have to make it make sense. But I'm a person that also push peace instead of beef. I ain't gotta fuck with you to move on accordingly. I don't. My brain goes to a different wave. Don't ever think because y'all see Tay come up here laughing, and that's my personality. But even though I be funny, I definitely be facted. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay attention. And if you pay attention, you're not ultimately having to go off of what the next person say in order for you to have your own feelings. Oh, well, let me see how such and such feels about it. And then, no. Sorry. I don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. I don't. But if for 3 years we spoke on some bullshit, if I see some good shit, I could speak on it too. I mean, that's just for me. It ain't got to be for you. And me seeing a child have their parents come together for the factors of them, for me, that's a win. I could save my adult feelings for another situation. All right? It's about boundaries, and it's about reading the fucking room. Read the room. I tell my kids that when we outside and I listen, read the room. Once my kids hear me say, listen, read the room, they already know what it is that, or what type of timing that I'm on. Because if you read the room, a lot of things that people would say, it wouldn't even be no need to say it. Period. Listen, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I feel how anybody else feel. I don't know if I don't know. But what I do know is when I did wake up this morning and I kind of went in my comments see, I'm not talking. I can say, wait, I'm confused. I'm talking about what the fuck I choose to talk about. I don't care about nobody else's stance. I care about mine. So when I'm speaking on my live, this is my fucking time to say what it is that I choose to say. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody. But if I'm going to speak to my community, then that means that I'm speaking to the people that speak with me. And this morning, I seen a couple of things in my comments that made me want to actually have the conversation. That how anybody else feels, that doesn't have to accord to how you feel within the situation. One situation don't got nothing to do with another. And that's just on period. That be the thing for me. That be the thing for me. I don't know. Maybe, but I guess that's why everybody is built differently for that reason. But, just like an asshole, everybody got a mouth. And at some point in time, just like that asshole open up, people mouth open too. And sometimes some shit fly out. And that's just what it is. That's what I mean, anybody could hop in somebody's comments and say some shit. That don't make it that's what it is. What I say on my platform don't got nothing to do with somebody else and what they say on their platform. Just like what somebody else say on their platform don't got nothing to do with me. I wasn't even talking about somebody motherfucking stance or platform in the first place, baby. I was talking about the people that watch my content and was saying on the factors of this video does not change the factors of BRIANA. And my thing is, I don't know where that narrative was created. A person is still going to be who it is that they're going to be. But if I see something good in a situation, I'm still going to call that also, baby. And for me, I didn't give a fuck about BRIANA in that video. I gave a fuck about Moski. That's who I cared about. So what I feel about her mother has nothing to do with the child. Just like what anybody feels about Robert should have nothing to do with his daughter. You should always want a child to be able to get a good win out of any situation. Them being caught up in confusion is never good at all. At all. Good happy Tuesday to everybody coming in. At all. What the hell? I mean, me personally, oh well shit. He's supposed now. When I watched the video, I'm sorry if I wasn't on some, oh my God, she almost had him unalived. And he in the video, what? No, my mind didn't go to that first. No. It didn't. And if I say that it did, I would be lying. Okay? So that's one thing I'm not going to do, is lie. That's what she's saying, and she always says be able to see her. Exactly. I mean, I'm not. That wasn't the first thing my mind went to. My first thought and process when I seen the video, I'm gonna be honest to you. I had two thoughts. This me. Look at Moski dancing. Oh my God, she is getting it on beat, off beat, but her face was glowing. And then the next thing that I paid attention to was the other two kids that was in the grass in the background paying attention to them dance, because at first I was trying to figure out if that was Brianna's other kids. But once I seen that it was just some kids that was on looking, that also made me smile in the video. So that was the two things that Tay Tay paid attention to when it came down to the factors of the video. Moski and the other kids that was in the background. Far as me sitting there thinking about what the two parents have been through, and now they no, I didn't. Hey, everybody coming in. No, I did not think like that. I did not think like that. But that's why shit gets started. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, Tay stay out the way. Whatever the fuck I say is what I say. It ain't got nothing to do with what anybody else say. So what my stance got to do with anybody else's stance? And what anybody else stance, what would that have to do with me? People supposed to be able to be themselves and move on a fucking accordingly. Just because we work within the same field and we within the same space don't mean that we're not going to have a difference of opinion, and that is okay. That's what I thought. But for me, I thought that was a special moment for the baby. Right, Becca? Hey, Tony. For me, I thought that was a very special moment for the baby. Out of all of the controversy that we've seen, that's the most calm thing to be displayed, baby. Out of everything for the last 3 years. We still gonna get to see the negativity because it's still stirring the pot, baby. Let's just be honest. We know that she in court with her baby father and she still got things going on. But that don't take away from that smile on her child's face. It don't. It don't. It don't. Shit. Do I know she almost unalived him? Hell yeah, I almost got 100K videos for telling everybody else she almost alived him. So yeah, I definitely know. I came out here and spoke for 3 years. That's the reason why my ass is on the GoFundMe now. Because I spoke out. That's the reason why my kids was posted. That's why I was put in the closet since I've been on the, like, let's just be honest what we talking about here. But outside of all of what the fuck I am, when it comes down to as a content creator, I'm also a parent. This is not the only things that I do. I parent too. So when it comes down to situations that plays part in real people's lives, all of us got kids. Most of us do. And the ones that don't possibly may play a big part in a child's life. So when you as an adult are making decisions for your kid, sometimes you have to act off of logic and not go off emotion. Because going off of emotion, it may create a bigger or a worse situation. Kids got common sense and don't ever think that they don't. I'm being real with you. My kids have conversations with me, and sometimes I be thinking like, oh my goodness, like how old are you again? And people be thinking, oh, kids is kids. Kids got feelings. Kids is still human beings. Kids still be caught in situations that they cannot agree or disagree. They just got to be caught in the middle of that shit, baby. But when they get older, if you actually listen to some of the stories that your kids tell you, like, you know, Ma, I know you probably at that time, or you know, Pops, I know at that time you probably thought that you doing what you thought was best for me. But I wish that thing, like, come on. So when I'm being a mother and I'm talking about parenting, you know how many times I had to go against what my emotion was to do what was logically right for my kids? Come on, people gotta realize, these kids, they smarter than you think. You gotta give these babies more credit. Don't ever think they in the middle of a situation and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay? My grandbaby is about to be 2 years old. All right? My grandbaby is about to be 2 years old in about a day and a half. All right? And he picks up on energy real fucking fast. So you can't tell me that no 6'7" or preteen or teenage kid can't pick up on energy. You think my 1-year-old grandbaby can't tell when his mother and father is not on good fucking terms? Even though he's at a young age, energy is everything. That's why I say it in the beginning of each and every one of my lives. The energy you place yourself around will be the energy you will ultimately take on and become. Sometimes you gotta put your grown people panties on and make better decisions. Anything that you feeling as a grown up, that don't take away from you as a person. But to be able to throw a stray at a person and then miss them and hit the person that you care about, how you feel about that? BRIANA gotta live with the months that she kept this little girl away from her father, knowing the way that he loved her and she loved him. You don't think that's something she got to deal with? Yes, but she created that mess. As long as Robert still did what he had to do as a father, his daughter pays attention to all of that. It shows that all her father tried to have in the situation was peace. And he wasn't on no type of conflict, baby. If every time my baby father called for his kids and I'm on that nigga ain't shit. What? That's some childish shit. Whatever the fuck me and that nigga went through, we went through. I ain't got to go through that shit no more. Had mercy, had mercy. But if he's still gonna be good to the people that he created outside of the one that got with him to create, then I give thanks. Because if it wasn't for that other half, regardless to what, I wouldn't have my baby. So I give thanks. Shit, I don't give a fuck if we ain't do nothing else good. We came together and did one good thing. And that was have this blessing. And I'm going to forever be blessed because of it. So anything else that has to do with you, once I'm no longer attached to you, I don't got to worry about who you're fucking. I don't got to worry about what you got going on in your... That's you. I don't got to worry about your whole gear. Do I like it? I might not. Because if I'm raising a little girl, I don't want her to grow up and think that is okay. That is the way you have to display yourself for attention, baby. But as her father, that's how I would think. I'm not that person's man to be worrying about what the fuck they doing in their personal life, friend. That be people overstepping boundaries. Just like I had to get at my cousin like a couple of years ago. Me and her was having conversations and she was on some, nah, fuck that. That nigga bet not have no bitches around my kid, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Because I'm not a yes man. If you didn't know nothing about Tay at this point, I'm not a yes man. So I had to ask her. Like, girl, when you speak to this man, is it about y'all worrying about who having this and who having that? Or is it worried about the factors of the parenting? Because if you worried about the factors of that, that's a whole different worry. That means that you don't trust your child with that person. But if you trust your child with that person, then you will ultimately know that they are handy capable of knowing what and what not situations to put your child in. You overstepping. You just worried about who he fucking with. And you still want to have control over said person. Because if it come to me, I don't give a fuck. Even if me and my baby father was not in out of our place, I know he's not going to put my child in no situation that's uncomfortable, baby. So for me to even speak on some shit, I'm just trying to start some shit. And that's on period. Baby, I was happy when the daddy took the kid. Let me tell you, Miss Judy. Let me tell you. Holidays, I invite everybody over. The baby daddy, the new baby mama, the new kids, everybody. I don't give a shit. Whatever we went through is past tense. And if it was a trauma bond or if it was on some volatile shit, I'm even more happy that I'm no longer in it. But just because my relationship did not work out, that don't mean that now I ultimately have to become a single fucking mother. No. No. If I can get the other half that created this half, hey Pratt, if I could get the other half that created this half to still be a part and play and do their task, that's great for me. A lot of people don't get that in situations. Once people break up, whoever the kid is with as a primary parent, that's who the kid is with. Hey, True Slayer. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, everybody coming in. Listen, I'm cool with my baby daddy and his other kids' mothers. I'm being realistic with you. Once I'm not on somebody no more, I'm not stunting your growth, your life, nothing that you got going on that end. As long as what you got going on does not affect my child, I don't give a fuck, friend. And that's how we built an outside relationship for our kid. Obviously, we didn't agree on the relationship. That's why we no longer in it. People break up for a reason, regardless to whether it was on a low 1 or a high 10. However you rate breakups on your chart, friend. But people break up for different reasons. Cheating, lying, DV, there's different things. But it is a reason why people are no longer together. Like I said, I don't think people ever break up when the situation is going good. Like, you know what? Today is a good day. I think we should break up. Things is going so great right now. Like, I don't even think that we should let this moment last. We should cut it off right now. No. People 9 times out of 10 no longer be together because of whatever type of disagreement. But if you have kids within that situation, if a person never physically hurt their child, meaning abused in any type of way, then that person should still be able to get their child, baby. And if I'm happy I'm out the situation, I am not going to be heated. I'm not even on that no more. Period. Some people are just incapable of mental emotional growth. That's why they can't be cordial. They selfish, only thinking of themselves. Exactly. And when it comes down to, in the case of my child, I'm not thinking about myself at all. I'm fully thinking about them, because that would be the reason why I would be making my decision. And me personally, whatever I went through as an adult with this person should never cross lines on what has to do with the factors of a child. It may be harsh to say, if a person didn't lie on their child, didn't beat on their child, or didn't cheat on their child, then there should be no reason why the child should be able to or should have to take the hit. Especially when you have a child that loves both parents. Do you know how awkward that feels for a child to be in between two parents that don't get along, regardless to who fault or which parent is the fault of why they don't get along? It's still an uncomfortable position to be in. when you have a child. Like, well, shit, you could tell that mom. Come on now. Come on now. And it also allowed kids to be able to play parents against each other. Well, shit, I know mommy and daddy not cool, so I could go over here and get this from daddy, and then I could go over here. Or it goes against the rules. When people could be on one fucking accord. Even if we wasn't mature enough to do this, we can at least be mature enough to do this. But that don't got nothing to do with another person's coexistence. LaTruth don't got no control over what BRIANA chooses to do. So because they made this video, that does not change her as a person. It just mean they did a good thing for their baby. That's all, and that's it. I'm still good friends with my child at ex. Baby, those ladies used to make sure my kids came home with. Listen, you don't always have to be in turmoil. All right? You don't always have to move on in life with hate in your heart. I'm not carrying that type of energy around with me. For all of that, I ultimately should have stayed in the relationship if I'm still going to hold on to those feelings. I can remember what a person did to me and still get the fuck on. I don't have to still sit in that place or in that space and let that situation replay over and over and over again. How am I ever going to move forward to any type of happiness in my life if I'm still living my life through the life I shared with somebody else? I'm no longer in that lifestyle with that person no more. So why is my emotional state still? Why would my emotional state still be there with them? That's letting somebody have too much control over your life, friend. I control my life. I make the decisions that I choose to. Whether it is something that people is going to agree with or whether it's something that people is not going to agree with. Either way, outside of that, ultimately, who will have to deal with that? Me. Me. Who would have to deal with the factors of, oh, the baby asking for the mother and father to be on good terms, or that child ain't my baby, my grandbaby, he speak 4 different languages right now. He be speaking languages I don't even know, but I know he be saying some serious shit. I be trying to keep up with him, but kids be asking real questions, and it don't be questions that you would think. Like, for real, I'm being honest. Like the other day, I was fucking with my son because he gonna ask me, "Ma, where was I made?" I said, "In the bathroom." You was the bathroom, baby. You know I ain't never had that much time, so I had to get a quickie in and a quickie out. And at the end of the day, you was the one that came out the bathroom, baby. But I'm bullshitting. I told him I was joking, but I was dead ass serious. But at the end of the day, you never expect the type of questions your kids is going to ask. What if Mosky asked Robert, "Why you and my mother don't get along?" He's supposed to sit there and tell that 6-year-old girl, "Well, you know, your mother lied on me and almost got me unalived and this, that, and the third." No, no, no. If you an adult, that shit is actually going to take you back like shit. That mean it was on the child mind. Because before kids ask questions, I'm just going to be honest, they think about that shit. I'm happy for Momo. I'm just concerned that RH's soft spot of saving Bree will backfire. Shit, he ain't saving Bree, he's saving Mosky. If you ask me, he ain't saving Bree at all. He ain't got no problems with her, ain't got to deal with her. The only thing he got to do is parent with her. And on the factors of that, it's peace. So if it don't got nothing to do with Mosky, then it shouldn't backfire on LaTruth no type of way. Bree is going to be who Bree is going to be. So whoever Bree deals with within her own personal life is who's going to have to deal with the shit that Bree puts out or did. Look, she's still going back and forth with Janelle. Right now. As we speak. So some things is not going to change about a person, baby. But what Bree got going on don't got nothing to do with LaTruth moving the fuck forward in peace in his own scenario. That's basically him detaching himself from all of that. Listen, when it comes to me and her and my baby, we on good terms. That's it. That's it. It's a shame people can't be happy for that little girl. Don't we want emotional, stable children? Kids aren't meant to carry our shit at all. At all. It's like, fuck it. If I'm mad, the kid gotta live out the factors of what my actions is going to be because I'm upset. Nah, he ain't got to deal with none of that. When he was married to her, or when they was in the process of getting a divorce, or when he was fighting her to be able to see his kid, then he had to deal with the factors of her actions. But if it don't have nothing to do with the factors of Mosky right now, it don't have nothing to do with LaTruth. Out of respect, he's living his own life. You don't think Amiria knew that he was going to meet with his baby mother and that they was going to, like, come on. Just because I'm at peace, that helps me move forward, baby. Me being in turmoil only holds me back. And it keeps my situation in my current situations in that. If it shows that we don't have no problems, then maybe at the end of the day, all these motherfuckers in my comments that still choose to talk about her and attach her to me, if it don't got nothing to do with my baby, then it shouldn't have to do with me, period. Because I'm doing my own thing. Kids ain't got nothing to do with adult shit. And that's one thing that I'm going to stand on, period. Period. And I hope that I've explained it in a multitude of ways to where it could be understood, baby. And I'm just baffled by the thought that people would have the audacity to even say that it would have something to do. It's not nobody's stance. No matter what stance anybody takes within this shit on the internet, this is these people real lives that they dealing with. So no matter how any of us feel, they still going to do what the fuck they want. And that part is real. So however we feel, we felt. It doesn't matter what part you played. You have a part or you have a right to your own opinion. But at the end of the day, it's these people ultimately or their ultimate decision. And if their decision goes against your opinion, who the fuck, I don't get, what? What? As a content creator, I know I'm going to say shit that people might not agree with all the time. In my comments, you have people that agree with what you saying in the video, and then there's people that disagree. But at the end of the day, it's no disagree or agree. It's people feeling how they feel, baby. Come on. So now, because that video, that ultimately means that BRIANA is an angel. You shitting me? You shitting me? Are you shitting me? So this one situation just makes a person ultimately perfect. When you hear somebody say that you happy for the child, that's what people hear. I hope not. I hope not. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, like I said, one thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. I can be happy for the child and not attach what I feel for the mother to that. Okay? Because what the mother do, the child ain't got nothing to do with that. We seen BRIANA come out here and show her ass for 3 years. I don't remember seeing Mosky show her ass. I don't. So witnessing a happy moment when it comes to a child ain't got nothing to do with the feelings that you may carry for an adult. Everybody look, it is, oh, I'm happy for Mosky, but oh, I'm happy for Moski, but that's like apologizing to somebody and putting a but on the end. Was the apology truly sincere? Because if you actually apologize and you just apologize, you understand what I'm saying? Then it's I apologize and that's it. It's not, oh, I apologize, but respectfully, everything has always been their business and decision, and it's never stopped us from talking about it before. I just pray. Shit, we ain't gonna stop talking about it. Who the fuck gonna shit? We gonna talk about it today. We gonna talk about it tomorrow, and anything else that we choose to talk about, we gonna talk about. That's why it's public. It's public information for public people to give their public opinion, and nobody has control over the opinion people choose to give. Once it's out there, you just have to understand that opinions is going to be given, and that's okay. That's okay. If it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't know them anyway. So that would be the only way of us knowing anything that has to do with anything or any of the sort. Even the factors of the video. If they didn't upload it, they could have did that goddamn dance in the park and none of us wouldn't have never goddamn known. But they put it up for it to be seen. They put it up for it to be seen. So, of course, they knew people was going to be, they knew that people was going to talk about it. Shit, they hoped people talk about it. The more conversation, the more engagement. But for whatever reason, if it was for the factors of the baby, anything else is an extra. Anything else is an extra. But shit, that ain't gonna stop. Ooh, that shit, that sure ain't gonna stop Tay Tay from talking, because Tay Tay's still gonna talk. Even outside of the factors of me saying in my first live, I was happy for the factors, or definitely happy for the factors of Moski. That still does not have nothing to do with her mother's activity. Moski and LATRUTH in that park dancing, did that stop BRIANA from going to her son's school with that motherfucking outfit on? No. Did it stop BRIANA from doing anything that she still chose to do when it came to throwing shots at her soon or ex baby? For I don't even know what the hell to call the moose at this point in time. The moose. No, it does not take away any of that shit at all. It still is what it is. But at least in that moment, a mature decision was made when it came down to the factors of the Moski. You know, shout out to the Moski. She deserves at some point in time to see her parents on one accord, other than the factors of conflict. This girl don't want the fake therapy and all type of shit. Let's talk about it. Because if you been here, then you been here, then you seen it. All right? So people are not skeptical for no reason. That's common sense. Especially when you know a person that you dealing with. That's normal. You wonder, wait, did this come with any type of ulterior motive? Oh, what's the reason a person decided to do this now? But if you think all of that, it drowns out the factors of the child. You know? And that's what I wasn't doing within the factors of my first live. But now in the factors of the video that I'm doing is a whole separate video that has nothing to do with the child. It has something to definitely do with the mother, though. Because even if you doing something good right here within this situation, look at what you're still pouring into the situations that you're currently in. You're traveling from place to place, having your kids follow you around to try to make another person jealous. You can't say you don't care about somebody or happy in the situation that you in, but everything that you do is basically supposed to be a shot at them. So when you know who a person is, it's just like your motherfucking kids. We know what hell they gonna do before they do it. Sometimes our kids be wondering if the hell we psychic. Like, Ma, how you knew? Cuz. 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 Right now, Jonelle is the volleyball getting kicked around the goddamn field. And at the end of the day, she doing whatever she doing to make another person jealous, and that's what she think. But me personally, if I'm a person that come in peace, whatever the fuck you got doing or going on with somebody else, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Just let me know when you need me and how you need me to be there for my baby. That's all, and that's it. All that other shit, I ain't got nothing to do with. I don't think that Robert would be doing a video with his twins and doing some type of bullshit like other people did to him. Everybody is not in the business of matching energy. Me being at peace don't got nothing to do with anybody else choose to be on, baby. That's just like I got a sibling, okay? I'm energetic. She's cool, calm, and collective. So because she's not me, I'm going to judge her for the person that she chooses to be. No, she chooses to be calm. That's her calmness. I don't choose to be calm. That's not me, sis. So with that being said, just because Brianna chooses to still come out here and show face to be who it is, that don't got nothing to do with Robert. The only thing that video showed me is, listen, I'm at peace and I'm moving forward, baby. My baby is happy and that's what matters. That's all and that's it. That don't mean that a person forgot anything that a person did. But if we not trying to get back together, then there's no need for us to even discuss it. Why are we discussing about what went on when we was in a relationship if we no longer in a relationship? And these two have not been in a relationship for a very long time now. Sometimes you don't get answers to questions that you want answered. Sometimes you have to go with those questions unanswered and figure it out on your own. Sometimes the apology that you think that you should receive from people, it will be an apology that you will never get. But you still have to be able to move forward. So, if Brianna never decides to make a public apology to Robert, then at the end of the day, everything else around the situation is non-existent, because that still don't change the factors of her being Moski mother. It don't. It don't. It don't, and it won't. Love you, Tay. Stay up. You on that grown woman vibe. I'm here for it. I love you too, honey. For real. I'm not gonna, we already seen what happens when you pour your emotions into your child. You wind up using your child as a goddamn pawn. That is the reason why we seen, come on, like, we did not watch Robert take this girl to court. We did not watch how all of these scenes play out. I know I don't have, how can I say, just, what is it called? What I want, I listen, let me say it this way. I know I didn't forget all the shit that I seen coexist on the factors of when it came to this situation, and that's on period. I know I seen it. We seen Jonelle in the doorway with Moski asking if we seen all of that. But we also seen a judge give a court order for her to not be able to keep his baby away from him. Okay, we seen visitation get implemented. We started seeing Moski on the weekend with him. We seen when she first was sending her with Robert, the hair wasn't done. We seen all of that. Yes, we did. But we also seen Moski smiling in that video with both her parents, baby. So for me, like I said, it was for the Moski, not for the factors of them. And as a parent, that touched my heart, because at the end of the day, sometimes kids get the shit end of the stick. when it comes to the factors of grown-ups and being a part of shit that they never had nothing to do with. They just had to take the fall for it. That's all and that's it. People got to stop thinking we will ever see or hear a public apology from, right. Even in life, Miss Judy, because we go through shit in our own situations, even though we watch other people's. It's some things that you may feel that you maybe do owe or owe the apology for from somebody in your actual life that you might not never receive. How do you move on accordingly? Because I'm not going to let nobody hinder my life. If I was unhappy when I was with you, I'm not going to remain unhappy once I'm not. I'm not going to think and continue to conversate about things that make me feel some type of way. Just like I tell all my female friends and this, that, and the third. Listen, when you ready to leave somebody, you ain't talking about leaving them. And my thing is, if you looking through a man phone or a woman phone or whatever it is at that point in time, if you not ready to leave a person, don't do it. Don't do it. Because now you're just going to build up insecurities and unhealthy mental imbalances within yourself. Because even when you on good terms with that person, you're going to be thinking they doing something else. Don't put yourself through that. So if you're not ready to actually deal with what comes with a situation, don't put yourself in one. I don't want to hear the explanation from somebody of why they did me wrong. Nigga, I felt it when you did me wrong. If I'm still going, I'm moving forward. Well, you know I did you wrong. Because what apology would a person, listen, you know, I'm sorry for almost having you unalived. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for coming to the internet and allowing millions of people to hear me say that you was the abuser and that. Is in that case the apology for him or is the apology for the world? Is she apologizing to him or would she be apologizing to us? Now, if people saying that she deserve us or we deserve an apology for us watching all of the shit that she put him through, then that would be something different. But you never know what conversation they had to become cordial. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, Gloria. I'm just saying. That's just, and like I said, this is all my opinion. That doesn't make it right. That just makes it how I feel or how I think about the situation. And me personally, I think one situation don't have nothing to do with the other. Even though this is a situation that we seen a good outcome in, that does not mean that another person does not have a lot of growing to still do, friend. Because it very much does. But at least if the person that I've been speaking on or in defense of get some peace from the situation, to detach themselves from whatever else a person may be creating, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. When it come down to making a decision for my kids, I don't give a hell what nobody think. I don't. I don't. I don't. And everybody raised their kids differently. People grow up in different households. What I allow in my household, you may not allow in yours. You understand? Shit that I've been through, maybe you may say that ain't something that you've been through. Maybe something that you've been through, I can say I've never experienced it. People have different experiences and people handle things in different ways. Like I always get at my second to oldest son when it come down to situations because he always feel like he got to get his get back. When it could, like Azim, my son Azim, he always feels like he has to get his get back. And sometimes not dealing with the people that you dealt the way that you dealt with them, or not giving them the energy that they think they're going to receive from you, is just the get back that you need. Sometimes you could be trying to get back at somebody else and wind up hurting your goddamn self. Is it worth it? So now I'm going to spend all this energy worrying about how I'm going to get a person back, or what a person is not doing for me, versus just moving forward, baby. Nah. Hopefully the situation continues good for the kids, even though the adults got adult situations. I hope that we get to see more smiles on the kids' faces. Because outside of being a content creator, I'ma just be honest, I watch family content. I love family content. I also create family content when I get around to it, because I've been fucking with this page. This shit had me in a chokehold. But anyway, I love family content. The way we met them is family content. So I'm not saying that now is ultimately going to go back to the factors of what it was, because it will never be. But at least at the end of the goddamn rainbow, we got to see some peace. The same way we seen shit break, we got to see at least a little something build. At least them two being able to be on the same lens with their kid, and it not be them beefing. Normally it's people putting out receipts, or what this person did to me, or this is the truth, or this is not the truth, baby. That video was innocent. Now, other people can stir narratives from it, but that's on a grown-up aspect. Okay, why the fuck would it? That's for another video. Thanks for those that's subscribing and supporting my live. And tap that screen, baby. Tap that screen. Tap that screen. No, but for real, I don't like that. And that's how people start stuff all the time. And that's how people and things get misconstrued. I love when people have different points of views, but one person's point of view does not cancel out another. It just means that one feels differently than the other, and that is okay. Just because I didn't choose to display certain feelings doesn't mean that another person displaying their feelings would be wrong. Who the fuck am I to say for people to still not trust BRIANA after she did this video? I didn't even say the fuck I trusted her after she did this video. I just said that this video was a good fucking look for Momo. They ain't got shit to do with the adults. So come on. A lot of us been around, right, Miss Judy, since they first met. When we first start seeing this girl kids, they was smaller than Moski. Okay? So it's basically like you watch people grow, baby. So if we seen the controversy grow, I at least would like to see the factors of some type of mended ground, baby. Fuck it, Moski don't deserve to be around good energy. Drop off at the police station. Yeah, so her daddy could pick, so they could do the exchange, right? Or fuck it, somebody else could do the exchange, so that way you know they don't even have. Come on now, that's too much. That's too much. But you know why? Because it take less energy to be on some bullshit than it does to be on some good shit. People would rather use less energy to be on bullshit than use the energy to be on some good shit. Because I'm going to be honest. Anytime that I'm not fucking with somebody, they not renting that much space in my motherfucking head. I'm moving the hell forward. Okay, if we have this kid, if it's a discussion that we need to have, or if we need to be at the same place at the same time, baby, at least I know that it's peaceful enough for us to be able to do those two things. Anything else, I don't care about. And you wasn't, a lot of people wasn't a fan of her then. Let's talk about it for real, for real. People told Robert from the beginning when they first seen BRIANA come into the picture that she wasn't, that they didn't think that she was going to be no good for him. So that's why I say people that's OGs in this situation, what's understood don't even need to be explained. What's understood don't even need to be explained. That's why I said one thing don't have nothing to do with the other. Because even though we seen this situation on a good tip, you got to remember, it's still bullshit brewing. Some people can see, right, people know BRIANA's moves. Some people can see right through that girl. So when they see her, they feel ultimately she's not doing something for no reason. It has to be a reason behind it. And I respect that, because me personally, I've been here for 3 years speaking too. You think I don't get the same goddamn view? But that don't mean as an adult and a parent, I'm not going to still take the time to say, I'm happy for Moski. I'm happy she got that moment with her parents. And I'm not going to say, but yeah, you know her mother. No, I ain't got to say that, because that's already known. A person has done nothing to come out here and change who they are as themselves when it comes to them as a person. But when it comes down to the factors of something that we have not seen, is the factors of this child being able to be with their parents and there's no conflict, baby. Normally it's because of a court date or a court case. And that be the reason why a person get to visitate. Before they met, Miss Judy, I was in those comments when he was talking about proposing to her, and the people who were telling him not to, they called her ungrateful and everything. Yes, I remember that, Eminem. I swear I do. That's when she used to be coming up there trying to make those videos proving about how she worked and she don't need his money, and she came into the city. Yes, we all listen. If you've been on this ride, then you know the bumps that it come with. And you know something can, listen, every day is something different. Let's just say that. And if you miss a day or 2 or 3, you're going to have to catch up to speed real quick, baby. Because a lot of things be a lot of things. And from there to where we are now, we done seen a lot of different things come and play a part. We done seen a lot of different things play out. But one thing that we have seen consistently is Bree be Bree. So that does not change a thing when it comes down to at least one situation being a good thing. That doesn't change her as a person. That just means, all right, well, we know that they good over there as far as the case with Moski. We know that they not beefing. But look at this. That's why I said, for me, I just separated the two. I used to be right down in them. I didn't type in the comments, but I used to definitely be reading those comments and seeing the activity. And when it came down to her being brung into the situation, the fans never liked her energy. They never liked her energy. Never did, never did. That's why when the situation happened, the first thing people said is, I knew it. I knew it. And when a person will come online and try to defamate or destroy that man's character, he lost a lot when it comes to her. We all seen it. So nobody has to play blind to the fact to know somebody's characteristics. Just stay tuned for the show, because you know you gonna get one for sure. We just know and we just hope that the show doesn't consist of the person that was trying or is trying to be at peace, because after all a person been through, he damn sure wouldn't deserve that baby. Just like he didn't deserve half or more than half of the shit that he had to receive, being attached or even detaching himself from this situation, baby. But at least when his child gets older, when it comes down to the factors of knowing the parts that people played, she'll know the part that her father played, and she'll know the part that her mother played. And it won't, like, come on. She used to be up there arguing about her little Best Buy shirt and her 3 degrees. That's how the 3 degrees even came about, baby. She was trying to be the man in control, and yes, that's a habit that a person has. And that's the way you lose somebody fast. Because in life, people need to realize the only person that you can actually control is yourself. Nobody else. That's why I was getting kind of pissed off earlier, because between the comments that people chose to drop and the shit that I seen, that's how other shit gets started, baby. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. If you are ultimately a person that's watching and you seeing things with your own 2 eyes, then okay, you're going to 9 times out of 10 have an opinion on what it is that you see. But that don't mean that everybody's opinion is going to align, baby. But there's no disaligning within the opinions either. Because if I say I'm happy for Moski, that still don't have nothing to do with somebody not trusting Bree as a person, baby. Those two are two different things. I'm still going to be happy for the baby, and that doesn't ultimately mean I have to trust her fucking mother. That just means that I finally got to see the baby get a good moment with her parents out of everything else that we have seen. And I would think that that part is a good thing. Now, if you ask me on the case of, oh, well, no, that does not change my feelings about BRIANA. BRIANA only can change the factors of how people feel about BRIANA. And until her actions change as a person, people are still going to feel the same about her. What's different in this breakup than any other breakup that she's been through since we've been viewing? Nothing. Nothing. The actions, the words, the plays, the way she chooses to engage. So when you know, you know. You know. We not going to see her coming out here in no church clothes no time soon. Okay? She couldn't even wear a sweatsuit to go to her child's public school game, where he's engaging with other children his age. Bitch, you got on a fur, a rollie, a thumb-through jumpsuit, them fucking Ruru boots, and a fur coat that it ain't even the same fucking fur. It ain't even the same fur. But she tried to put on the most tightest, most revealing, most stick clingy thing to make it seem like she's happy and not bothered by a goddamn thing. She's very bothered. Very bothered. But we know at this point in time she ain't bothered by Robert. So the only person right now that got to worry about them Ruru boots is John now. Okay? You think Tay-Tay didn't see her throwing the shots at? Come on, y'all. But I know how to separate situations. I'm not going to be sitting there saying I'm happy for a baby, but then in the same conversation, start talking a whole bunch of shit about the adults. There's a time and place for everything. And I know the different times and the different places. If I came in this time to say I'm happy for the baby, then that's what I'm going to speak on. Being happy for the baby. If I come within another time to say BRIANA still ain't get her shit together, baby, then that's a whole different scenario. I don't have to combine the two. At least we know one thing for sure and two things for certain. If ain't nobody in this situation got a stable back or had a stable ground to stand on, even though everything else may be in a disarray, is Moski. Okay? Because even when shit is going haywire at her mama's house, she still got stability at her daddy's house. She gets to see her daddy at peace. And that ain't got shit to do with her mama, baby. You think kids don't realize, okay, well, when I'm over with my mama, when I'm at my mama house, is this. And when I go over to my daddy house, is this. Kids pick up on shit. And right now, a person don't know what to do with themselves. So they doing any and everything that they can do to be seen by the one person that they saying that they don't care about, baby. Because if you ask me, the more it seems like, Jonelle is living his best life, the more she feels that she has to ultimately come out here and get the more attention on her than what she feel is on him, so people don't pay attention that he's not giving a shit. The man say he missed his kids, he never said he missed her. So one situation has nothing to do with another situation. And you know BBL Bible Pusher is always gonna be close in the clutch. He gotta eat, he need lunch. I gotta feed my family. My family. Okay? We not gonna act like Bri ain't have this ham sandwich on fucking payroll, baby. So the one person that she's trying to get the attention of don't give no fucks. So what are we talking about? She's still wearing two-tone fur boots. Okay? She wearing club outfits to a high school. She put on all her jewelry to go be a mommy. Make that make sense. She's trying to prove she's not miserable, friend. I don't give a fuck about no fat ass. I don't give a fuck about none of that. None of that still don't replace happiness. And regardless to what she try to prove, she still got to wake up every day being a little old lady that lived in a shoe, that had so many kids, she didn't know what to do. Because even whether she fuck with somebody right now or if she don't, it's going to be looked at some type of way. I know I would, baby. Because sitting down and hill and hopping up and whoring is two different things. It's two different stories. Why does she always have to have her chest out around them kids? Exactly. Because being that the camera is on her, she's not it's not about the kids. It's about her and her own selfishness. It's about her being seen. It's about her wearing the most sexualized and provocative thing that she can. So that way she could call herself or what she think making another person jealous. Not knowing that she just making herself look a certain type of way because you are a mother to kids, baby. And all of that shit can be saved. You're not hanging out with your girlfriends. You're not at a club. You're not at a lounge. It looked like she was going to a fucking meet and greet. It looked like she was going to a meet and greet. Like she was going to be me. Like people was going to be coming to see her. She didn't look like she was going to see nobody. Let's make those boots matching outfit. Yes, Because I don't know why her and Clarissa think that they put fur on and that is the outfit. No. That would look stupid as shit if it's not 1 and 2 in. But when I say ultimately, Bree will be Bree. Believe me. Believe me. I had a whole nother schedule live outside of the live that I did. But one thing Tay gonna do always is speak how I feel. And I'ma stand 10 toes on that. And standing 10 toes on the factors of being happy for the baby, that is what I felt. And it's still how I feel. Now, let's just keep it real. I just know how to separate situations. I just know how to separate situations. But if you go back and you listen to my live, even within the first live, I said something about separating the situations because I said to the factors of she still had to show up to her son's school. I mentioned it then. I just was in recovery. Y'all know my birthday was Sunday. My birthday was Sunday. So I was just coming back to in the Monday. I had to get my shit together. But in the factors of it, I'm still going to, come on, you got to always speak your piece. Our thing is breaking down situations. You break down situations. When you break down situations, you don't just look for the bad things to break down. You break the situation down as a whole. So that's what I'm always going to do. But it was crazy because I guess, and this is how this internet shit start mess. I guess if it's not aligned with, what other people may think, they try to make it seem like you're either going against what somebody else feels, somebody else say, or you possibly throwing shots some type of way. Let's make those boots look right. Definitely. But I don't know about nobody else. I hope y'all didn't take in the fact that because we seen that, what does it mean that now nobody's supposed to do commentary on Bree? You fruit fly fucking crazy. If that's what you thought that meant, then I mean you need to tap back into your common fucking sense. Cause ain't no way. Being happy for Moski and calling her mama out on her bullshit, those is two different type of situations. So I could be happy for the baby because I am, but that don't mean that I'm not going to call the mother out on the bullshit, friend. I'm just being honest because I am. I definitely am. And I don't like the fact that she uses her kids to draw in attention. If you didn't notice, because nobody's really focused on somebody that they already know. They trying to stay tuned to the show to see how other things go. So now you see every time she's in a breakup or something is not going right, now she want to go surprise her son. Now she want to go out and about and this and that. But sister, do you remember the same person that's not giving no fucks about you at one point in time? That's all you had your focus on, boo. So now for us, me, the audience, I'm just watching the build up because that was not a crash out that we seen. Trust me, it's going to be a better one, baby. Trust me. Okay? A person didn't go back to court yet. That's in March. All right? And we still see them living their life every day on the internet, baby. And just like we see, trust me, the girl that's wearing the too tight clothing sees it too. Why you think we got the tape, the body cam footage, and all the other things that we received? It's because another person is not fucking with Bree. It's not because Bree is not fucking with Jonelle, baby. So we ain't looking at the shit that we already know what it is. Because that goes without saying. But I never expected to see a video with her, Robert, and Mosky. Now, that's something that was surprising. So I was speaking on or delivering the happy surprise. But anything else, it's something that we already used to. We already know how it's going to go. Make it seem like she is not bitter. She is bitter, very much bitter. Sure is. But then she can co-parent with her first, second, but the third problematic. Listen, nobody is falling for her shit show. Because we already know how it go. That was the first thing that stood out to everybody that knows. Now all of a sudden you could get along with Sleepy and LaTruth, but when you had Jonelle around you, you was on your bullshit boo. These is the same two people you allowed this man to do shit to their kids, boo. You let one be punched and assaulted, and you let the other one be antagonized. So when I tell people no, her actions damn sure ain't forgotten. But I'm happy Mosky is in the clear at this point in time, baby. Because stay tuned, it's going to be a big shit when it comes to Bri. People hate rejection. All right? Some people don't know how to deal with rejection and just continue on. What, Jonelle posting pictures with bitches? Okay, his skin is glowing. His shape up is tight. And she at home writing captions saying the only reason why a bitch will get access to the man is because he can't have access to the female that he wants. Bitch, he don't want you. He don't want you. And that's where people got misconstrued when it came down to Robert too. Just because a man still want a situation with his kid and you are control or in control right now of that decision, you're going to use that ultimately to the best of your ability, baby, because you already know that that's going to hurt me. You know that's going to hurt me. Not one status did we see. Name a status that you seen, Jonelle, right? I miss you. I miss my kids. I want my family back. If somebody can say that, I'll shut the fuck up. Can anybody write in these comments that we've ever seen Jonelle say, I miss my babies and I want my family back? I'm awake. She did the exact same thing when she got with RH. She badmouth Sleep. She repeat offender, Miss Judy. That's why I said the OGs, if what's understood, it should never have to be explained. One thing don't got nothing to do with another thing. It don't. We done seen how this road go. And if we seen, listen, with each situation, it was worse. Okay? In the first case, she could have been, I guess, held for kidnapping. When you take somebody's kids and run off to another state, that's kidnapping, baby. But see, when she got with Robert, that shit didn't work. She thought that she was going to be able to take his daughter to cause some type of hurt outside of the things that she put on the internet to defamate his character, friend. But that man is rebuilding and he don't want to have no attachments to what the fuck that was. But what Jonelle is going to have to worry about is if you seen what she did to this nigga and then you seen what she did to that nigga, you better be worried. Patricia, I hope you got insurance. I hope you got insurance, Patricia, on y'all shit. Patricia, I hope you got insurance, Patricia. Because I'm telling you, this is about to get and turn into some deep shit. And she already said you ain't shit, Patricia, because he don't even respect you. She said he don't fucking respect you, Patricia. He talk to you the way that he choose to. And that's a sign. If a person don't respect his mama, then you know damn well he ain't gonna respect you. But I just need to know, outside of the factors of him missing his kids, when did he ever show that he missed another person? The adult in the situation. We didn't get to see that. We get to see him posting old pictures of the kids, and I'm pretty sure he got pictures in his phone of all of them. He only posts the twins, friend, but he sure got that chocolate thunder on his post. On his post. She said, what? You posting bitches? I'm about to show them this body cam footage of you crying, nigga. Huh? How about the night you were crying? How about that? How about that? You think you got this little career? She tried to ruin people's careers. Why the fuck you think Robert ain't got no 8.9 million follower page? Hurting people through their children in financially on some silly type shit. Until you do right by me, everything you think about shall fail. No, BRIANA and them fur boots go to fuck the hell. When you know better, you know better. But at least one of the kids in the situation has a great daddy where we know she's going to receive some type of stability. Because he's not on no bullshit, baby. Whereas you see the BBL Bible pusher, he be with all the shits. Because he ain't got shit. Ain't making shit. Ain't worth shit. So whoever coattail he can ride, whether it's Robert's or BRIANA's, he's on it. He's on it. How you was just sucking the next man's tip, and now you running around with, it's your baby mama, but it's his baby mama too, on some bullshit. You was just trying to give this man accolades for taking your son to a game by throwing shade at your other son. And you complimented him. Yeah, you know it takes a village. You stupid fucker. I don't give a fuck if it takes a village. It may take a village, but you still have to be careful of the village that you got your kids in. Because that don't mean that everybody is good for them. But what you do will be what you get. I don't feel sorry for Jonelle for shit. Those two is two peas in the pod. I'm just going to sit back and watch the show and see how it go. He ain't never said family. Back only his children. Receipt showed he didn't care for her other. He never did. Never did care for her other kids. And a bitch that's willing to get in a relationship with a man that don't care about her kids, that say a lot about her as a female in the first place. In the first place. In the first place. And then go and have 2 kids by him. To double down on it. Let's talk about it. Since she been broke up with Jonelle, this the most I seen Lala in girl clothing. They should have broke up a lot long ago. This should have happened longer ago so the kids in the situation can be happy. If it takes for her to break up with Jonelle to start showing up at her son games, even though it's with Hogia, when he was there, she wasn't there. Okay, it took for Jonelle to leave her ass alone for her to become active with her kids. Let's talk. If we're going to talk, let's talk about it. Can we talk about it? Are we going to keep it real? Because this is why I said people got to know how to read the room. And one thing don't have nothing to do with the other, boo. Me being happy for Moski still don't mean that my eyes ain't open to the bullshit of her mama. Her mama. When the hell did you see Rails with these kids when her and Jonelle was in a relationship? Oh no, I want to be private. No, you want to make them feel like they didn't count. And the twins is what it's all about. But now that you need help from them kids because the daddy is no longer coexistent, now you backpedaling. That's what I see. Yes, Lala is such a beautiful young lady. And she was not being treated correctly by her mother Bree because she was out here chasing goddamn Ding Ding. And now, once the Ding Ding leave her alone, now she trying to get attention through the factors of them. Cause that's all she got left, friend. She ain't got no wrong friend. You's a fucking Melissa. For real? Out of everybody that you say, you in Atlanta, you trying to go back to North Carolina. People move to Atlanta because that's where everybody at that's in the mix that's trying to be on shit. Whether it's content, love and hip hop, all of those different things, the different restaurants, the nightlife, the people running into person, all of that is going to be in Atlanta. So most people move to Atlanta if they are in the business, right? So now my thing is, out of you saying that you the motion and being in all the business that you say that you've been in and all the shit that you got upcoming, the only thing that you can do is do content with a middle-aged, overweight lady named fucking Melissa, doing pranks or bringing up old material, talk about how she got actual transmitted disease, and like, we going shopping, but you ain't wearing that Brie, or you putting the content out with you foot. Like, come on now. A person is scrambling. They don't know what direction to go in. Hey, Terry. Listen, you never late. You always right on time, bro. Always. Always. So if Jonelle being out the picture means that her kids is now more in the picture, shit. I'm rooting for the factors of this shit staying shit. Cause then the kids get a goddamn parent. At one point in time, for a year and a half, them kids was raising their goddamn self. Okay? Cause their mama was always at Jonelle house instead of her own. So now she has no choice but to be home with them. And like I said, y'all stay tuned. This is only the fucking beginning. And let me just say this. And I'm going to say it because I don't know what the fuck people think. But if you think that this was just where it was going to stop, no, this is just where the block got hot. That's why a lot of people felt the way that they felt. Like, this is just some extra added on shit. But if you are OG, you already know what you get when you deal with this chick. You already know. If you've been here and you've been watching, if you've been a supporter, a subscriber, a content creator, and you've been watching from how this situation got where it is today, you already know, baby. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Golden Girl. He ain't never... Yo, I read that one. I read that one too. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. But I'm happy that Moski is no longer a part of the crash in the fucking burn. Okay? Park in the lane of stability. Even when everything else is going crazy. We know that that's one thing that is in a peaceful space, even though everything else is all over the fucking place. Always. Tell me if I'm wrong. All of that shit is a spree to think that she's going to cause jealousy in somebody else, baby. That's, how can I say, typical Brie when it comes down to that situation, if we're asking. But we just gonna have to stay tuned. Hey, Miss Sonia. We just gonna have to stay tuned, because if you know, we about to see a real shit show. We definitely about to receive a shit show, baby. And not for nothing, I'm waiting. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have to clear some storage. To make sure I get all of it, because it's definitely going to be some shit going down. I don't know if it's gonna be before court, after court, or possibly during court. But we know, and I know, that once that judge make his decision on anything and it goes against what a person is wanting, because she stay trying to build a case against these men, how she don't feel confident in her kids being around them once they're no longer together. But once we see that that don't go her way, whoo child, you know, I guess she trying to create a space. I don't know. Look, I'm good with my other two baby fathers. I'm just not good with this one right here. He's the only one that's on some shit. And this is why I don't want him. Or you come on now. Like I said, what's understood ain't never got to be explained. If you know, then you know better than. And that's just on shit, period. Do she got some shit up her sleeve? Possibly. You seen them first sleeves. There's a lot of shit that could have went underneath them sleeves. So it's definitely a possibility that some things can be coming or going down when it come down to the factors of Brie. But I'm going to just be honest, baby. Other than the factors of this, I got me some coffee. Other than the factors of this has been her most talked about topic. The same person that she called herself shitted on, she had to spin the block to once again be relevant. I don't care what nobody say. And when you did somebody wrong and you got to look in their eyes again, that's a feeling. That's a feeling. That's definitely a feeling. That is a feeling. Jonelle gonna piss her off one good night and ooh, child. Listen, if y'all don't see Tay online, make sure somebody hit me. Cause I'm a one to be there to witness that, baby. I hope y'all hitting that like button for your girl Tay. What the likes looking like down there? What the likes looking like? All right, is at 124, I think. Oh, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's not bad at all. But I'm telling y'all, just hold tight. And don't misconstrue people words, and don't start shit that don't need to be started, because people are entitled to have a difference of opinion, and it ain't even a difference of an opinion when you know how to separate the situations. Because if I've been talking about a person getting peace out of the last 3 years, then seeing a person get to be at peace, that's happiness for me. Anything else don't have nothing to do with the storyline. I can still feel that way about a certain situation too, but I don't have to entangle it with the first one, boo. I don't. I don't. But it's sad that this is the most active that we've seen her with her kids in the last 3 years. And it's only due to the factors of something negative. So you mean to tell me Robert was able to get peace with his daughter because this nigga left you? So you mean to tell me now you and Sleepy around and about and chilling out because this nigga left you? Now you popping up at the schools and Lala with you everywhere because this nigga is no longer there? Sorry, YouTube, I don't mean to be ninja. Let me say ninja. Ninja Turtle is not around. Only people that's being affected in this situation, once again, is the children. They catch all the strays from the grown people bad decision making. Bubble Lip Sleepy was wrong by rubbing that baby head. Listen, can I say this? That falls on the person that allowed it. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right, Golden Girl? People know what they be doing when they be doing it. And I'm not gonna say that because, and I'm gonna be realistic with you, I got more than one baby father, and my baby father is cool with my kids. It ain't no beef there at all. So when he come around my kids, he's definitely playful and talk to them and this, that, and the third, because that's the type of relationship that they have. Just because the two grown-ups is on bad terms, that don't mean that now I have to treat this person kids a certain type of way. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still going to treat them the same way, even if it wasn't a problem, baby. I don't got no problem with the kids at all. So I'm gonna show the kids some love. Now I don't know if Jonell gonna have a problem with the factors of Sleepy now being around his kids because he's not around. At the end of the day, people play grown people games, but who ultimately be affected within the situation, friend? The children. Because now you create different narratives. It looked like on one extent you got a man out here now playing with another man's kids again, because that would be the same thing that Jonell did in the situation when it came to Robert. But if it's with no malice intent, that would be different. But in a situation like this, you never know if it is or if it isn't. And that's what's sad. You never know if a person is just genuinely being or showing love, but because of the shit in the game that people's play, you never know if it was just to make a person feel a certain type of way. And BBL hips be with all the shits. BBL Bible guy, mm-hmm. The same person that had to get a TPO on a hoe to tell her to leave him alone. And now he don't mind being her tail. But like you say, people grow and get past. So whatever they went through in the situation, I guess they not there no more. But one situation for sure and two situations for certain, the kids is always the ones who get the hurting. She snatched them from him, then she snatched all of them from this one, then she snatched this one from all of them. And it's a situation that is now repeating again, friend. Because at one point in time, all them kids was Robert kids. It wasn't no separate daddies in the shit. Let's talk about it. Robert was the oldest kid's daddy, and then he was also the biological daddy to the kids that he actually created. But in the situation, the one person that has been a parent to everybody has been LATRUTH, baby. That's why I said even at some point in time, hopefully he'll be able to do some interacting with them too. They deserve that stability. At least if I'm gonna be around a group of bird-brained ass people, at least I could at least try to get the company of one sound mind ass person. At least you know somebody would be making the best decision for the kid and not the best decision for the adult, or not making a decision just because they are hurt. No, that's not the way that would go. And out of all the years that that man was in them kids' life, I'm just speaking right is right. I hope now that the smoke has cleared and we seen that video with them being on good terms with the parenting, maybe hopefully the older kids can meet in the middle somewhere too, baby. This is a person that at one point in time that they called daddy, and due to the fact is that the relationship did not work, their relationship with him had to become a strain or strayed. How y'all say that word? Had to become a strain? I guess. That's not fair. That's not fair. But I'm telling y'all, them rules, they about to be barking, y'all. The rules about to be barking. Trust me. We seeing the charcoal be put in the grill. Nobody just didn't light the fuel, light the flame yet. It just didn't get the flame yet. Trust me. But wait a minute. This week is only on Tuesday. We still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we got court dates. Trust me. People also have the option of settling of court before the date. Looking at their court papers is only for settling child support. It has nothing to do with custody. Is that for Robert, or is that for Jonelle? So if we talking about for Jonelle, that would be the factors of whether he's going to be paying child support for his kids. I thought that those kids were supposed to be getting legitimized. When you get legitimized, don't they make you take DNA tests? Oh, RH. Oh, it's for child support, right? Not for custody. Whatever decision that the judge has made already on the factors of the visitation, I guess that's what it is. Unless they dealing with the things far as the contempt at different times. But I wonder if on the child support, I wonder if it's gonna be taken away or if it's going to be upped or lessened. I wonder what's gonna be the outcome with that. So I'm definitely gonna stay tuned for that. And when I know, I'm damn sure gonna let y'all know because I need to know. Like, are we settling the child support to get rid of it, or are we settling it because the person's saying they need more, or they willing to go less? Shit, if we on good terms now, take me off child support. No, but I'm just being honest. Y'all know the clear people, they put themselves on child support even while they still be in the marriage or in the relationship with the person. So decision is already made. And so a decision can already be made at the end of the day. So regardless to whether they break up or stay together, it's something already in the paperwork when it come down to the kids. So we ain't even got to figure it out. I will see if I can send it to. All right, do that for me. Thank you. I appreciate you. For real. So if it's only, well, shit, that's, whew, hmm. I was about to say something, but nope. Nope. I don't know if the child support gonna be able to go in that case because it might be the highest amount that a person is actually receiving right now. Cause I'm gonna just be honest, they coming in the YouTube street and they trying to be consistent, but them views still ain't doing what they supposed to be doing for you to be receiving no real payments. I mean, I'm just speaking on what it is that I know. And the views on Facebook for you ain't viewing no more because sis don't go live over there or do none of the new rules that you need to do to get really paid for, boo. If she's not still, how can I say, intaking income from old videos that was already, how can I say, collecting revenue or still gaining revenue, the new content that she's putting out ain't doing nothing near what her numbers used to do. So trust me, her overall gross income is not what it was. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, she know that if her and the truth didn't do nothing else, they made money together. So this could be a Ponzi scheme, and the fact is of her definitely needing those views for money. So them putting it both on their page, it was beneficial both ways. And that part would be business, baby. But far as her being in the business, right now the only thing Brianna knows how to do to feed her kids is social media. And being that she done put herself under the umbrella of drama and want to be mad that that's where people place her, that's your fault. Because now if her content ain't about her being in some shit, ain't nobody watching. And that's just the truth about it. That's just the truth about it. Sad but true, but that's the pool. Excuse me, that's the pool that you picked for you. Because being that you created this narrative that you was a victim, it always has to be a villain. So people just be seeing or trying to see who the next villain will be to her victim act, baby. And we done seen a couple. Right? And now we on to the next chapter. The next chapter. And there's a new villain. And once again, she's playing victim. But the thing is, once you become the boy that cried wolf, or people become used to who you is as a person, the way those tears worked in the beginning, they won't work in the end. Because now people will be used to them being attached to some bullshit. So the outcome that you got the first time, maybe even the second, will not be the outcome that you receive the third, because now people are more reserved on the bullshit that comes from you. So once you start talking, the first thing people is thinking is that you lying, which you ultimately do. which is sad. A person can't do any other content and get recognized for it because they already recognized for bullshit. So even though a person is trying to be consistent on some, oh, all right, well, if I continue to put this type of content out with me and the kids, it may kind of start to change my image because now I could pick up different subscribers and different supporters. But at the end of the day, it has to be some type of talent that comes along with it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't expect to want to change your image, but people still view you because they knew you. It's just, it don't go that way. As a social worker myself, I don't believe Jonell is mentally fit, but I don't know his full mental picture. I'ma just be honest. One thing that's different between him and her, where he may get a pass and she don't, he's a new parent. She done did this shit 6 times around the goddamn bench. She did it 4, but then she doubled up and had little Bobby and Whitney Jr., right? And the fact is of that, that means that she should have prior parenting skills, okay? Whereas a new parent, you're going to expect them to make mistakes because they're more so new in their learning. Do you feel me? In that case, she should know better than a lot of the things and situations that she create when it come down to the factors of her kids. Hey, White Dove. And that's not the responsibility that she be putting behind parenting. You would think that she was the new parent in the situation because she never do what's best for her kids. She do what's best for her selfish intent. She knew that beforehand, Jonell wasn't an at-home man, a stay-at-home man, or even in the house type of man. He was used to that LA nightlife. He's trying to get seen. He's trying to put himself out there. So for you to think that you was going to be able to tie this man down with whoever idea came up with, his, yours, whatever, however, it wasn't smart to go into it that way because then you already ultimately knew that you was going to have them babies most of the time, baby. And now that you can't run the street with him, you forced to stay home with the children. It causes a lot of overwhelming, how can I say, negativity within the situation because then you say things like, oh, only person that's taking care of the babies are me. I do this for the babies, I do that for the babies, but you signed yourself up to do that for the babies because ain't you the one who came out here and told us that this man was a movie star? Didn't you tell us that? That he was the big stepper, even though we figured out he was a green pepper? But didn't you tell us that? The only reason why you would tell people that is because a person ultimately has a schedule attached to them that would make them a very relevant type of person. And even though we know Jonell through you, he definitely rolls within the Tubi pool. So in that element, he is known. He's just trying to make it to the bigger screen. So that just don't go away when you decide to have babies to try to keep a person in house. You did that. Ain't you the same person that came online and said that you offered to pay Robert to stay home just so he didn't engage or do business with anybody else? Hey, Shakina, with anybody else. With anybody else. Those words, these words came out of this girl's mouth. Why are you looking for men that is active in the entertainment business trying to make them homestead type of men when they are in the middle, in the early stages of their career and they trying to move forward, and then you put kids in the situations to tie the situation far as with them down, and then it winds up tearing the whole situation apart because that's a control tactic. If I can't make you stay in, then me having these children, you're going to have to help me with, and then you have no choice but to be here with me. But then basically that's telling another person, fuck what you got going on with you. I said that you're going to do this. And if you don't do this, then I'm going to bash you for it, even though this is my plan and not yours. When people humping and having sex, you say all type of wild shit. Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna make you my baby. I'm gonna make you my wife. Ooh, you gonna have listen. Don't take in none of that shit. That's ultimate pillow talking. Some shit a person say when they got their toes curled, they may not even remember when them shits unlocked. You be like, wait, I said that? I hope the Lord don't take in none of the prayers that I be sending up there when I be having XEX. Sometimes Jesus, Lord, what it doing to me? Lord, please, Jesus, So I hope. Because when them toes is curled, you'll be done said some shit. So yeah, when toes was curling, a person probably, talking shit throughout sex. That's supposed to be a part of the moment. Oh yeah, you love this shit, don't you? Yes, I do right now. I do. But that don't mean that you really ready to step into the responsibility of those things. Like, wait, oh shit, I said you was gonna have my baby, bitch. My toes was curled. When I had said that, I just knew that I was about to let loose. I about to shoot the club up, and then oh shit, I done fucked up, didn't I? I done messed up, right? I did, right? Toes curling can get you into some ish. Trust me about it. And then people would be on some, because when we was hunching, remember you had said, this me? No. No, I don't remember I had said that. I said that? Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my charger. Hit the like button, y'all. All right, I'm back, y'all. Come on. Anytime you come in talking about a nigga putting boogers on you, all right, and you take the time to upload a video of your daughter, okay, telling you that the person that you is with is immature, that says a lot, sis. My hubby just asked what the hell I was listening to talking about making toes curl. I'm serious though. I'm so serious. That man was not ready for a child. And even if you tell this girl that you're not trying to have a baby right now, she still enforces it. We seen the outcome of a man that possibly said she was going to have his baby while his toes was curled. And we seen the outcome of a man that literally said that he didn't want no kids at this point in time. You got kids, I got a child. Let's focus on business. A person didn't reciprocate that the way that a person was putting it out there. They still chose to take control of the situation by enforcing a baby into a situation to make a person, or to feel like they can make a person do what they choose for them to do. And then when a person goes against that, now they the enemy of the state. Now a person can be called a deadbeat. And now you can say at the end of the day, a person told me that they didn't never want a baby anyway. Well, you don't say. So wait a minute. You mean it wasn't a secret? He didn't keep it from you? He told you straight up? Yeah. Well, who the fuck is wrong in the situation? If a man tells you clearly, I don't want no more kids right now. I'm trying to focus on my business. And you go through the extremes to still put a baby on that man's friend. I can only imagine. You trying to force something to happen. A nigga done told you, and I'm not saying because when you of age, you know if you doing the hunk among the jumbo, that possibly if you been back, then some things can be happening. You understand what I mean? And unless you a silverbacker, meaning that you of some age with them, eggs ain't dropping no more, you know at some point in time, you crack some ish, you might hatch some ish. So with that, as two grown people, you know once you lay down that might be something that might come out. But a person that has already had children, they already know how to navigate the show of how their body might go. And when it comes to certain things, when you taking over the counter stuff or putting things in your body to speed the process up, that's not a situation happening naturally. That's a situation being forced. I can understand if, her and Jonelle was still doing the everybody humping around, and she just so happened to pop up pregnant now, that would have been one thing. But when you taking Geritol and stuff of that nature, then you're trying to force the pregnancy to happen faster. You're not letting it happen naturally. When you was in your marriage, when you stopped taking your birth control and another person didn't know, that's forcefully putting a baby on somebody. And then you make these men be forced, or you force these men into the situation with these children, and then you use the same said children once you know that they love them, because that's the type of men or man that Robert is. If I'm taking your kids and love them, and you see how I love my oldest, you know damn well I'm not going to have something out here of mine, and I'm not going to be on that same type of time. It only makes sense. But then you use the love that they have for their children against them, and then try to say that the only person that wanted the baby in the first place was you. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We not doing that. We not doing that. Loyal supporter for 8 months. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm telling you, don't let that shit go over your head. A person is repeating the same narratives. So one thing definitely don't never got nothing to do with another. But a person continues to become a mother, but not really ready to be a mother. Because if you ain't raised yourself yet to mentally get to a point of not living in immature situations as trying to get your get back for being rejected, then you don't need to continue to keep conceiving, because instead of you having children as a blessing, you having children as weapons. I say that for you again. A person is not having children as blessings, which children should be. A person is using children as weapons, as a form to attack baby. Right now, the victim has changed within the situation. So that's where her main attention is when it comes down to the factors of the weapons. And not only do she use the weapons that she create with that person, she also used the other children that she has as missiles within the situation. It's sad. And then Walter, old dumbass, be sitting right over there, part of the fucking mix. I honestly believe that Walter, old ass, is dumb as shit. All right, because anytime you can make it seem like you don't agree, Brianna, go home with them kids. You the same motherfucker that was driving the kids from her house to his because she wasn't coming home where the kids was at. What about that? You was watching the kids for her to be an unfit parent. How the fuck about that? Instead of him being her parent, he's her co-defendant. Because he helps her with a lot of the bullshit. And not only do he help her with it, he be a part of it. And then her daddy is just as spineless once again because he tried to build relationships with these men that his daughter engaged with, act like he is in agreement. That's why when it comes down to a situation, she always act like she can use him to talk to them. But when it came down to it, Jonelle didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. You, your kids, and your daddy, get the fuck out. I told you not to bring them, him, or they this way anymore. How you fuck with somebody that throw your kids out and they all minors? All minors. I mean, me personally, it doesn't make a difference if the child is an adult, but you can kind of understand that different words can be exchanged or a different engagement can take place between two adults. But you mean to tell me you owe stuck-eye fool allow a dude to do you dirty, and then you do everything within your resources to make him jealous or think? Nah, it's a lot of shit when it come to Brie. Cause if this man wanted her today or tomorrow, he would be back and she would be the fuck back, baby. It was only when Robert told her ass, okay, you not gonna be shitting on me in public, but then thinking that we gonna be cool in private. Then we as the people got to see her shit go all the way at a 10. That's why when I say this is only the beginning. She already done took the kids. She done played the baby father card. She already in court. Come on now, y'all. That's them shrooms and liquor she said he did. Yo, I'm dead. But me personally, at some point in time, he was there. She was probably doing the shit with him too. Doing the shits with him too. Cause I don't know if anybody remember that video that BRIANA did when she had on that red fucking wig, that red hair, and I think she had a scarf on her head or some shit and a motorcycle jacket. And she was basically talking about how she was gonna be in a scene with in a movie and she was going to be doing a sex scene and she was basically bragging on the scene that she was going to be doing in the movie, and us the people was trying to figure out, well, what type of practice do you need for an X scene? What you need to do, practice on your moaning, or how does that work? Because as far as everything else with all these kids, it seemed that you got ucking down packed. But it's kind of crazy that that's the only part in the movie that you can get. But back to what I was saying, I still say today, if you look back at that video of Brie, she was underneath some type of influence, baby. Trust me and believe. That was not a sober Brie. People will tell you all day what somebody else did, but they'll never tell you what they doing. You only telling right now what that man did because you mad, sis. But you not gonna say how you was engaging with it and with him while doing it. It's just when shit didn't go right for you, you decided to run your mouth, boo. So that's why I said being happy for Moski still does not take away the factors of knowing that her mama still is some shit. One thing just ain't got nothing to do with the other. So I did not mix it. But if we going to be talking about this conversation as far as the adults, both of them is getting what the fuck they should be dealt. Because when you do no good to somebody else, you have to stand in that shit yourself. Period. He getting from her what he deserves, and she getting from him what the hell she deserves. And us, the audience, we're going to watch it because it's well deserved. We deserve it. We deserve it. Hey, Sam, too humble. We deserve it. We gonna sit back comfortable as hell. I'm gonna make sure that my audience got waters, ashtray, snacks, anything that they need. Because at the end of the day, baby, when you know, you already know. You already know. Now let's just hope the video just showed that Robert is detached from the shit show. Because that's the person that we started out ultimately defending. This situation ultimately started out with those two players. Now it has totally gone somewhere else. And I'm here for it. Sure is. Sure is. Sure is. And I'm damn sure gonna continue to speak. So I hope people didn't get shit confused. I think they did. Because that's what made me say, wait a minute, because I'm not understanding why the hell would people want to go to different platforms to hear the same overall opinion. That doesn't make no sense. And just because people are cool don't mean that they're ultimately going to have the same feelings about a situation. But don't try to look for a situation where there is none. It's only respect for each other's opinion. I ain't got to be shooting nobody down because I have my own opinion. And ain't nobody got to be shooting me down because they have theirs. I wouldn't even feel a certain type of way. I'm just being honest. And when it came down to this situation, that's why I did not feel a certain type of way. Because the kid has nothing to do with the adults. Now, if we would have seen Robert and Bree in that video in a different type of situation and there was no child involved, then even then, I chose to put my voice in their business. But even then, I still wouldn't be able to just be like, well, shit, damn, all right. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But being that I was able to see that it was about the kid, I was able to separate the adults from it. But I still know that the adult, or at least one of the adults that's in the situation, is still on some bullshit, and that won't be soon changing. The only thing that changed that we got to see is that Robert got to be at peace and it wasn't court forced, baby. Now they're going to possibly, try to work out the child support. Whether they're going to take it down or take it up. However that, runs amok. But no, shit, y'all better refill y'all popcorn dispensers. And if you need some extra storage on your phone, you better start deleting some shit. Because this is only the beginning. Okay? Trust me. Trust me. Half of the times before the shit even took place, the content creators let y'all know, listen, I'm telling y'all, it's coming. We knew it was coming. We said it was coming for months. Just to be honest, sure did. And sure did. And what do you know? Even when a person thought that they was faking it to make it, we were never fooled. We were never fooled. We knew, or you can tell when Bree and Jonelle is in a good space and when they ain't. Okay? But that's why she ain't get no roles in none of these shows, because if she said that she was faking, that's a form of acting. That's why that shit didn't go nowhere. We didn't even believe it. So getting on screen and being believable, that's where you go wrong all the goddamn time. Because then people know that you be lying. It's not convincing. It's about to be the J Black saga. I'm telling you, Miss Judy, when I tell you this shit about to be good, this shit about to be good, okay? Listen, I'm happy to see them in the park with Moski, but this shit is about to take a whole different interesting spin. So don't focus too much on that, because trust me, The shit is up in the wind. It's all gloves off at this point in time. Yes, it is. A person is no longer playing nice. They don't put their whole gear on with their Rolex, two different type of furs. She on some go team go. Go team go. But I'm about to get up out of here so I could go and edit my video that I gotta do. Love is love. You already know how this go. Drop a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat for me to let Tay Tay know how you feeling. Hopefully y'all got some understanding from this live on what it is that Tay Tay was trying to say. Just putting it out there, either way. But 1, 2, or 3, let your girl Tay know if you good in between or if you still over the day. But hopefully, now that we at the end of this live, you are at a one with me because energy is everything. Everything. Period. And y'all already know how this go, right? B-Day in 6 days. Al. Aquarius in the house. Wait, you Aquarius too, Miss Judy? Let me find out you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's why we be here. We be here. But listen, Tay Tay love y'all. Like cook food, it's never a buy. Always see you later. And I guess, the new thing, because everybody's saying it. What is it? I'll be calling y'all back. I'm going to call y'all back later, okay? I'm going to call y'all back later. Wait for my ring. Anyway, I love y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. You know how it go, baby. And your girl Tay is out of here.